Hello, good afternoon. I think this is recording now. I'm a couple minutes early for my 3:30 start. So if anybody is online, oh, it's popping up and says Pet Stamping Place is live now. And I can see it over on my computer. This is kind of exciting because I didn't see that last week. Anyway, if you're here, welcome. Give me a thumbs up so I know that you are here. Let's look on the computer and see if I'm missing something here. I think it is. This is my second episode. Last week I had a couple little hiccups with the phone, and it says it's waiting for the live. So I don't know if you can hear me or not. I'm just going to keep talking just in case you can hear me and I don't have all of this dead space. It says it's waiting. I hope I have a good enough connection here. It says waiting for live video on my computer. Okay, this part is kind of new for me, what I'm doing right now. So bear with me. So each week I learn something new. So I don't know why it's not recording. It's recording on my iPad, or showing me that it's recording, but I don't see that it's actually live on my computer on Facebook. So let me back up here. It showed that it was, so I'm just going to go on the premise that it is working. Still says waiting. Well, maybe that's going to be this week's hiccup. 3 minutes into this, it says live and recording. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And let's just hope that it's working, although I'm not going to go on that technology there. But it does show that it's live and recording on my output device. So anyway, I'm here today to talk about Curvy Celebrations. This is a pre-release from Stampin' Up! That will start tomorrow, actually November 3rd through January 4th. And this will, part of it, be in a the January to June mini catalog that's coming up. And this is a sneak peek. So what we have here is the Quite Curvy bundle that you can see here. And don't know if you can see that up close to the screen. And that includes the Quite Curvy stamp set and the Curvy dies. And then for the promotion and the promotion only, there is a Quite Curvy variety bundle that includes the Curvy Christmas stamp set and the designer paper that's 6x6. And that's what I'm going to focus on today, because the Curvy Christmas stamp set is only available during this promotion. That's why I have this little circle here. And for 10% off, that bundle is available, again, while supplies last. So it will go through January 4th. So the card that I'm going to make today is a Christmas card. It's November, so it's time to start thinking about Christmas. In fact, we had our first snow yesterday. A little bit more this morning that came overnight, but by Friday it is supposed to be 70 degrees. So if you're in Ohio, like I am, that's what we live with day to day. Okay, these are the stamps and stamp sets, or the stamps and stamp sets that go with this bundle. Try to get rid of this little glare here. And this is the Curvy Christmas. We've got curves and everything. And then this is the Quite Curvy stamp set. Both of these are photopolymer. And this is pretty much all season. You could use this anytime. Thinking of you, birthday, hooray for you, made with love, hello, some birds. So this is perfect. So for the bundle, it's great. And then these are the dies that go with this. And I have mine on a magnetic sheet that fits in here, but these are all the dies. Got 3 different birds, 3 different curvy things here. This goes with the leafy one here. I don't know if you can see that. And this one, I've not used this one yet, goes with this one down here. So that'll be next. I do have several samples made that I'm going to be showcasing on my blog the rest of the week. Let's get that in there. And this one here. And you can see those if you go to Pat's Stampin' Place at patstamper.typepad.com. Let's put those back in there. And we'll get started on today's card. Oh, here's one more thing. This is the paper that's part of the entire bundle that you can get. And the colors are Shaded Spruce, Cherry Cobbler, Sahara Sand, and Whisper White. So I'm going to be using the Cherry Cobbler today. And I've already done 2 or 3 of these cards with different designer paper. So this is one that I did this morning. This is one that I did yesterday. And then I'm going to do a different design today. But it's very simple indeed. So I have everything ready to go. This is the little curvy part with this little polka dots there. And I want to point out one thing about that particular die that I found out with where the cutting edge is. So if you want those little dots to show on your design, you want to make sure that that cutting edge is going to give you the design, whereas it doesn't cut on this end, of course. And I think you'll figure that out when you get these dies. And I hope you do. I hope you do like them. Now the dies will be available after January with just this stamp set, but not the Christmas one. All right, so I've got this piece ready to go. I have a piece of Cherry Cobbler cardstock, and this is 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, excuse me, by 11, folded at 5 1/2. And this is a piece of the designer paper. And on this one, I've already done the dots on this card. So on this one, I'm going to use the red leaf design, or I guess that's evergreen, although it's red. And this part's going to go here. So this is 4 by 3. That way I can get 2 of these out of one piece of 6 by 6 cardstock with a little bit left over that could be used as a design on the inside of the card. So this is going to go here. Let's put these away. This piece will go for the inside. So let's start off with shaded spruce and the evergreen bough, I guess you would call it there. And did everybody do okay with the time change? I'm getting so tired of the time change. I wish it would go away. I guess we're kind of stuck with it until somebody decides that we're not going to have it anymore. Let's see, let's go this direction. You got to go by how the curve is. And there's going to be a bow in the center anyway, so it's okay. And with the photopolymer, be careful because there's no cushion on the stamp that you keep it wiped off. Even though you don't rock the stamp, it's so easy to get ink on the block. And we'll go this direction. And it's okay if it overlaps because that's where I'm going to put the little bow in. Okay, perfect. All right, next, we're going to glue down using the Tombow multi-purpose glue. Glue down the designer paper. Both sides are perfect. I just want to use this side for a change. There we go. And I like that there's wiggle room here so I can see how my margins are in there. So there's that. Okay, add some more here. And that's just going to overlap that. And that ended up being, I used a quarter sheet of cardstock for that, but it ended up being about 3 by 4. So now the other part of this, which I think I've already put away, does not have the little dots on it. And that can still be used for something else too. There's so many varieties and variations that you can use with this stamp set. I think you'll really like it a lot. Okay, next I've already stamped this pretty little bow. And I do have a couple of them already done. One is colored, which I'm going to show you. One is fussy cut. They both are, but not colored. But I just want to talk about the fussy cutting a little bit. People either love it or hate it. There's no die that goes with this one. There we go. Getting the camera. Where are we here? Okay, I guess I'm not seeing exactly where my camera is going. Okay, there we go. Camera view is a little bit different from what my view is. But when you fussy cut, you always want to let your paper do the moving and not the scissors. And I always like to leave a little bit of an edge around the outside. I think that's optional, but it's a lot easier than trying to be exactly on the line. So I'm not going to finish this whole thing because I've got a couple of them already done. But it just makes it so much easier if you move the paper and not the scissors. Even if you need to stop and then pick up another area, just pick it up again. Let your paper do the walking. And pretty soon it's done. Okay, so that's enough with that. I'll finish it later because I already have 2 of them done. One I've already colored. Let's move that out of the way. There we go. One I've already colored. This one I will color with the Stampin' Blends. These are alcohol markers, and they come in a combo pack, and this matches. This is also the cherry cobbler. We've got a light and a dark. So what I like to do is start off with the light. There's a bullet end and a brush end on each one. And they do fit tight. The lids fit tight, but that's going to make sure that they don't dry out. And just fill in with the light. And I'll just do half of this and demonstrate, and then just use the other one that I've already colored. And then go back in with the dark and get your edges, any place that might have some dimension to it. I'll go ahead and do the center here. And then go back with the dark and blend it in. They're so much fun to work with, and I love them. I don't know how I would do without them. It's my best coloring medium, and they're just a lot of fun to work with. So here's one that's already done. And you just want to make sure that you snap that on till you hear it snap. All right, before I put that on there, I'm going to stamp Merry Christmas from that stamp set using the cherry cobbler ink. And I like to stamp it just to make sure I'm going to get a good image. And I'm going to put that down here in this little curve. There we go, perfect. Okay, that part's done. And then this little bow is going to go in the center with some dimensionals. Can't have enough dimensionals. All right, right there where those two join together. And then this is Wink of Stella. It's a shimmery paint that highlights and lights up some coloring. And so I'm going to put some shimmer on the bow. And that really adds a lot to it, because I'm not going to put any other little bling on this card. It's just a simple Christmas card. Now to do the inside, I have a piece of Whisper White that's going to go on the inside, but before I glue it in there, I'm going to stamp on it just in case I might make a mistake or something. So I'm going to stamp that also in cherry cobbler. And a little bit at the top. And bring back the pine. And wipe that off again because I got ink on it. And I'll put that along the bottom. And along the bottom there. So now it's time to glue it in. And then one more little thing to show. And that will be the envelope. So I have one of our medium envelopes here ready to go. And on another piece of the paper, I've cut a strip that's 6 by 2 1/4. And I'm going to line the envelope. And I'm going to use the same design here that I used here, just in a different color. And that really classes up and dresses up an envelope a lot. So let's add some glue to the flap, right up to the edge. And you want to make sure that you get along the edge so that the postage machine doesn't end up ripping it off. And then line that up with the flap edge of the envelope. Oh, that looks just gorgeous. And then snip it off. We also have a stamp set in the holiday, or August to December mini catalog that I will showcase in another video that will line the envelope and also do a lot of other things with the envelopes. That is really, really cute. But I want to try and keep my videos to about 25 minutes, or at least less than 30. And we're coming up on that. Since I didn't have any little glitches today, except maybe at the beginning, I don't know. So the more I do these, the easier it will get, and the more fun I'm having. But this is our card today, and I just love it. So somebody will probably be getting this. If anybody did leave a message, I will contact you and mail you one of these cards that you can have for your very own. So I want to thank you for joining in today, if you did, and stop back again next week. You can share this video with anybody that you like, and hopefully I'll build some following here and teach you things that you need to know or want to know about Stampin' Up! And Stampin' Up! Products. I do have a November hostess code here if you choose to order online, and that's through my Stampin' Up! Store, patmayer.stampinup.net, and you can use that hostess code, and I would really appreciate it. Thanks so much for stopping, and I'll see you again next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.